What's up, everybody? Getting called out? Good Lord, sometimes you gotta play off stream too. All right, here we go. Let me fix something here real quick. What's up, everybody? How's everybody's morning treating you? Not allowed to play not on stream? Well, that would mean there would be 22-hour-a-day streams. Which isn't gonna happen. Because sometimes you just want to chill, right? Let's see, I got a blue jackalope. Getting close on the pets to getting them all. Got a few more to get. Archers, man. Archers are the shit. I tell you, they are so good. Let me look through. I'm trying to just slap random stuff on other heroes that I might want to use for the pet empowerment stats, you know? Let me see. Here we go. This guy needs some gear. Gloves. How about a head? Where's the gloves? There's some gloves. There we go. Get those pet empowerment stats jacked up a touch, you know? Anyway, how's everybody going today? It's all about using towers, Etienne. I keep saying this to everybody, and I can't say it enough. Put your auras away, y'all. Put your beams away. Put that stuff up. I've already killed the harbinger a dozen times, Sentinel. It's not really an issue. The harbinger is actually a really janky, boring fight. I feel like that they really did a poor job on that one. It's just... It feels like it's just a time grind. You're just sitting there just waiting for it to tick, you know, waiting for it to be over. Kind of unfortunate, really. Such a legendary fight in the game. But yeah, anyway, I want to get that new chest mod, and I'm thinking about doing something here. I would probably get rid of I mean, quintuple would be the lowest damage, but that's 100% uptime as well. Damage buff chip is 100% uptime. Healthy power chip, for the most part, is 100% uptime. But I do want to get that new chest mod. Anyway, y'all, going to just do some public matches today. I got my shiny new Chaos 9 Archers. 0-10, of course, but it's a start. It's baby steps, you know. You do Chaos 8 expeditions, max stats. That is the place to farm. Any Chaos 8 expeditions, it drops Chaos 8 loot. Chaos 8 loot is now free, basically. And the amps are, I mean, yesterday, you guys saw yesterday when I started, I had like, what, 50 amps? 50 Chaos 8 amps? Now look. I mean, amps are just free. I'm on US West, so anybody that wants to join, that's where you're going to want to join me. And going to do, what, let's do the Wild West a little bit. Oh, you know what, I wanted to do one more thing real quick. Figure proton beams, right? They're, all you got to do is overcap your protons, and they're basically spider immune, and you get that free crowd control up there. I mean, I don't even feel like you need another mod in it, just those, so... I mean, some protons are going to be nice as well. Bonus points if you listen to the Wild West song by Will Smith. That would have copyright claims written all over it. There, Ghostly. Hey, Kayla, how you doing? Anyway, we are on... Let's do this one a few times. Are any matches going? There's the Unholy Catacombs going. Anyway, we're going to make it public. We're on US West. Join that one. Let's go. I mean, you don't even some of the towers are so powerful you don't even need real crowd control anymore. Like just throw in a frostbite for a little bit of a slow and you're good. Aramir throwing archers around. Aramir's allowed to throw archers around. Let's see. Drop that right there. Give it a little of that. Do I have a... No, I needed my boosties. I should rename this one. It used to be my Flame Aura Monk way back in the day. Do I think Harpies are viable in C8? I would guess probably so. I haven't tried them yet. That's on the list, though. Something I do want to try out. I think just about every tower properly built is going to be viable in C8. Alright. I think we good, huh? We didn't spend very much. I mean, that's alright how much we really got to spend, right? Yeah, let's do this just for lulz, because I do want to check it. I want to see if the overcap is working. I'm gonna put some reflect beams in too, I guess. Let's see, it's kill a spider on top of the beams. Well, so far so good. Let's kill a couple more. Yeah, it looks good. So Proton's definitely still very viable, because you don't care about the damage, and they don't get any value from range. You don't use projectiles, or you get Piercer Servo. The thing with Piercer Servo is it's not like Tenacity. That's one of the things that this update really brings that's huge, is you don't need 10 out of 10 mods anymore. I mean, of course you want 10 out of 10 mods, just because that's what we all want, right? But, like, Tenacity is, if it's not 10 out of 10, if it's not 100%, it's not worth using. Piercer Servo isn't like that. You know? Piercer Servo it reduces the damage, but the damage still goes off. So, any quality Piercer Servo will work. So there's no reason for no one not to have a Piercer Servo, right? Because you can throw a 1 out of 10 mod on it and it'll still work. But, I mean, there's always things like explosive poison on PDTs will go through a GL bubble. Of course, you need to have it killed outside of the bubble then. You know, anything that's not a projectile tower. Like beams are not projectile towers, so snakes are fine. What else? Ramsters are like the go-to. Yeah, I use a piercer on my PDTs as well. PDTs, if you're using explosive poison, it's not going to be as required, but it's still good, right? But yeah, that's the big benefit. So, I mean, the easiest thing everyone could do is take your trapsars and nodes that you've been spamming and park them on the bench in the tavern and let them sit there and have a couple of beers, because you don't want to use them in Chaos 8. I mean, obviously you want nodes for buffs and auras for buffs, but you don't want flame auras anymore. You know, the protons, you don't care about the damage. Protons are all about the CC, you know? But the people that are saying, oh, well, I've got all this all set up. This relic is glued to this position. You need to unglue it from that position and move it somewhere else. You know, your Flame Aura relic did not go to waste. Put it on another defense. I'm using Piercer, Defense Rate, and Anti-Melee personally, but it's because it's what I already had on it. There's no reason to change anything. This was the unofficial name for this update is the Unleash the Power update, because Chromatic is no longer afraid of just handing us all the power and letting us go ham. I mean, we're getting a free 20,000 defense power or hero damage or whatever on every hero just from the pet, you know? So you don't need perfection anymore. You don't have to have the best in slot as far as the calculator is concerned. You know, use what makes sense, and even lower quality mods is still going to work, because you just got a ton of raw power. I mean, just the amount of empowerment stat you're getting for free off pets right now in a full Chaos 8 set of gear is more power than you gained from upgrading the Chaos 8 to begin with. So, I mean, that's good stuff, right? Well, I mean, that's fine, but do you want to spend all your life grinding for perfect stuff when you're already clearing everything that the game has to offer? Or do you want to enjoy life and play different games and say hi to your dog that misses you, and your wife, or child, or mother? Yeah, ballistas, every tower is viable, you know? Every tower set up properly is viable. You still need shards. Shards are the basic building block of the game. What the hell, man? These spooters are pushing in big time. As nothing has changed, you know? As I've been saying for the last 8 years, well, I guess shards haven't been here for 8 years, but as I've been saying ever since shards were a thing, shards are the building block of the game. If you have the right shards, anything else is possible. And it's even more so now. But the real gem here is you never have to do Onslaught again. Yay! No, spiders are rate, range, and power. Tenacity does nothing to them. Overcapping, you would have to overcap your rate and your range to get any value out of it. So it's not worth doing. You can overcap proton beams, because proton beams don't care about power and don't use range. So you can overcap rate on proton beams and use them for CC. But nope, tenacity does nada. I mean, if you want to just hard stun lock every lane, then use 2 separate proton beams. One with poison, one with earth. And just stun lock the entire lane. And then use towers or whatever other defense, not auras, to burn the enemies down. Yeah, C8 Expeditions is a free floor 99 unlock. You get 32 AP resets for free. What's going on, Augie? So what I mean by that is you do your AP reset. Somebody clip this because it's going to be asked a million times. You can clip it just like Twitch down below though. So you do your AP reset. You do floor 28 or higher, which unlocks Chaos 7. You then pop into a Chaos 7 expedition. You run 3 or 4 maps to get a high enough gear score to do a Chaos 8. Then you pop in, you do 1 Chaos 8 map, and that unlocks floor 99, and you go do another AP reset. Done. 5-6 maps. Now that only is valid up to floor 32, or up to AP reset 32. On 33, you have to go to floor 100, or 120, so you would have to do 99 to 120 after doing through that. But like 6 to 7 total maps per AP reset. I know like 3 different people yesterday that did 4 or 5 AP resets in like just a few hours. No, I don't think it's like cheating. I think it's a way to try to attract people back to the game, because the game, the player base as a general whole absolutely hated Onslaught. When they released Onslaught, what people were asking for was endless mode to come back. And instead of giving us endless mode, they gave us the Onslaught. And Onslaught it's Onslaught, you know? You either love it or you hate it. Well, most people hate it. It gives people a way to play the game to end game and not do Onslaught, or minimize the use of Onslaught. So, I mean, in my opinion, it's a glorious thing, you know? Well, I mean, that's the monetization element, Sentinel. It's free to play. They got to make money, you know? Shards in general, the entire shard system is a big encouragement for people to spend real money. Well, I mean, yeah, the gilding shards is a no-brainer. Of course you do that first. You don't have to do it first, but then you're going to have to spend a bunch of gold every reset, and who wants to do that, you know? You don't want to, ideally, you don't spend anything every reset. No gold, no crafting materials. Well, no, floor 99 is not unlocked until you do a Chaos 8 expedition. So, like, you've done 66 resets, so your cycle would be do your Ancient Power reset. After your Ancient Power reset, do 1 Chaos 7, or pardon me, do floor 28, and that will unlock Chaos 7 expeditions. Then you do Chaos 7 expeditions 3 or 4 times, and you get the gear score that will unlock Chaos 8 expeditions. Then you do 1 Chaos 8 expedition, and you're at floor 99. And then you have to go 99 to 120, since you've done so many AP resets. My suggestion to people is going to be do 32 AP resets and don't do anymore, because it's a huge, huge time grind that's far worse than just watching a really off-colored paint dry that gives you very little power, and its main benefit is just for flexing purposes. So, I mean, that would be my suggestion to people. Well, I mean, it only takes 1 Chaos 8 expedition to unlock floor 99. Come on out there, Skeleboss. You have to do an expedition. Don't do the incursions. 1 Chaos 8 expedition unlocks it. I mean, that's just how the game is. It's hard-coded in. If it's not happening for you, then you didn't install the update and are somehow still playing. I'm just dead laying there. But yeah, anyway, I'm only a couple of pets away from being done with the update again. I mean, I'm still going to put out a few videos of it, and I'm going to do a mastery series going through all the mastery videos. But there's lots and lots and lots of good stuff out there to play right now. And I certainly am not going to let DD2 consume me again. That lesson has been learned many, many years, many, many times over. It's not worth it. Missed out on too much awesome, awesome other games. I'm excited for August 4th, though. That DDA update. That'll give us a good solid grind again. What do we got going on here? The game gonna crash? Janky game is janky. Sadly, I don't think the bugs will ever be fixed. There's too many, right? Well, then there's something specific going on with your account. So I would contact Chromatic Support. I mean, like me, I'm a firm believer in Onslaught has completely destroyed the game, and I never want to do another Onslaught floor. So I'm fresh off of an AP reset. And if I tried to jump into a map right now, I can go right to 99. Fresh off of an AP reset. Oh, what bugs? All you see is features. Oh, there we go. Got me some snake skin. Sadly, it's got the wrong stats on it. So we will throw that in the trash. Let's see. Nothing worth keeping. So, not sure what happened there, but, you know, what can you do? What can you do? Let's pop in and do another. What's my hero deck look like? I keep hitting H. I've been playing so much DDA lately that you hit H to swap heroes and everything, you know? Well, I mean, there's going to be more DD2 videos coming, but it's not, DD2 is not, I mean, there's just not, I'd be doing replays. I'm not going to record a bunch of other videos that are replays of all the old stuff where, like, I changed one shard. I don't feel like I need to do a whole video again for that. So I'm not going to be going back through and doing all that stuff again. I think if it's any more than 3 or 4 months, it's going to hurt the game, Sunset Seeker, but I don't know. DDA, I've got a real problem with this update on August 4th, Drew, so I'm not sure. I'm going to run a poll, but I'm torn between what to do. You know, it launches on the Switch that day. So part of me wants to play on Switch and start fresh, right? Well, the other part of me, of course, wants to jump in and get all the new shinies. So what do I do? And I'm really torn between what to do, you know? I don't plan on farming the Harbinger at all. The fight itself is just mind-numbingly dull. At least Wild West is a pretty map to look around on. And I think you can really end up doing some silliness on this map. And I'm a big fan of silliness, so leave room for a little destructive. Thanks so much for subscribing, Eric. Appreciate it. Didn't leave room for destruction. I'm using... my old PDT relic without any changes, which was Piercer, Defense Rate, and Anti-Melee. And I'm using Double Tap, Deadly Strikes, and Mass Destruction. On maps where you don't need the range, swap that out for either the Explosive Shard for the Skellies or Destruction for more range stacking. I actually reported that today. It's not right. He said that it's intended and they're going to take a look at it, but the Wave 3 thing, the key to Wave 3 on Harbinger is have a gem left over on the ground on the second cycle, so don't kill him too fast on the second cycle. Kill him slow and let a gem drop on the ground, an extra one. And then with an extra gem on the ground, you can snag that gem and then wreck his face in on the third phase. There's no floors, Hazard. You don't do floors anymore. Onslaught is not what you want to do. You want to do expeditions. Chaos 8 expeditions, any boss. I mean, you can do high Onslaught and still get it. But any boss, Chaos 8 expeditions. So yeah, any C8 mini boss. Let's see. I didn't buff this side, huh? Well, let's grab some of that too. We'll CC the living shit out of this thing. I mean, you can do Onslaught, don't get me wrong. I'm just figuring everybody's probably sick of doing Onslaught, right? So you don't have to do Onslaught, is the thing. And, I mean, I said it before. I'll say it again. I personally plan to never do another Onslaught map again unless it's for a video. Literally, the only way I will ever willingly do another Onslaught map is if it's for a video. But, I mean, I'm digging the new map. I have fun. You know, the Carnival map has always been fun. It brings back good memories from a better time in DD2. You know, the Nightmare days in DD2 were the shit, you know? Good stuff then. And the Carnival map at the time of its release during the Carnival event was, without a doubt, the hardest map in the game. Do Onslaught for a chance to get Defender packs? I mean, that's fair. You know, you want to look good, right? I can't knock anybody for that. Looking good's half the battle there, Jack. Endless mode was in the game before, Jake. It was Onslaught. The original Onslaught in the game was endless mode, and it was available on every map. And when they changed it, they took it out, and everybody was like, we want Onslaught back, we want Onslaught back. And they said, okay, we'll give you Onslaught back. And they made that atrocious game mode and called it Onslaught. And everybody was like, what? What's this? The old Onslaught is something that not everybody liked, so they pulled it out. Endless mode is one of those things. If your idea of a good time is trying to go as far as you possibly can in a tower defense game, even so much to the point where you go to bed and let it run while you're sleeping, that was the old Onslaught mode. And like I said, it's not for everybody. Not everybody likes that sort of thing. But I mean, I personally enjoyed the hell out of it. And it was great for gear, too. Because you would, you know, you'd make a new character. You'd park them in Onslaught mode when you go to bed. And you wake up and you got a bag full of inventory. You know, you empty all of your inventory space before you go, you know. Yeah, and you could pick your reward. That was a cool thing, too. That's where all the old golden pets came from. That was the original origin of golden pets. But you could pick, what, it was pet, weapon, or armor, right? Or was it pet? That was the origin of all the special weapons, too. It was pet, weapon, or armor, wasn't it? I'm pretty sure. Pet, weapon, armor. And then the special weapons dropped there. The golden pets dropped there. I can't remember what the armor. Was it armor? Or was it relics? I don't remember. It's been so long. I'd have to look back at one of the old videos. It was awesome, though. It was definitely awesome. I mean, DD2 is an awesome game. That would be great, Jack, but that would require millions of dollars for a game that's not making millions of dollars. It would cost a lot of dev time. You know, by all means, we all want DD2 to grow and have more things in it, but realism says it's a tired old game that failed. So anything we get, call ourselves lucky. Yeah, gold. I think it was gold. You're right. Well, I mean, then if that's the case, then you got to buy it up front. It doesn't work like that. You want to spend $1 million right now on gem packs? Have at it. I'm sure they'll throw more development time into the game then. Augie will gladly hire someone else, or maybe even 2 people, if you're willing to spend $1 million right now today. Or more realistically, they would take the money and run. But, you know, who knows? But yeah, it's been fun. It's good to see an update. Don't get me wrong. I'm not all negative Nelly. I'm having a good time. Any tower is the meta now. They're your side, so pick your favorite tower, set it up like you would any other defense, and throw them down and go. Buff beams and boost stars in combo, of course, can make them really beasts since you're throwing a bunch of stuff. No, it's not C9's OP. I was doing this exact same build yesterday before I had my stuff upgraded. It's tower builds are the meta now. So you're doing the best possible thing in the game. Well then, I mean, you just got to set it up, right? You can't just throw any relic on there and expect to beat it. You've got to have the proper shards and workable mods. There's C9 gear now, craftable gear. There's a video on my channel going over it this morning. Yeah, you could do it in C7 gear, like Aramir said. You just it's having the proper shards. And like in the Skelly situation, or like Ballista, having Piercer Servo as a mod would be very beneficial. Yeah, Ballistas are beast mode. I'm going to be doing a few videos. In fact, that's why my stream is going to be short today, is because I'm going to do a bunch of, try to get a bunch of stuff recorded. And, I'm going to go through a bunch of towers. There's not going to be any more hero spotlight type videos because nothing has changed. Take your old stuff and throw it on new things. It doesn't matter. It doesn't require perfect mod setups. Defense rate is going to be a big benefit as a mod on any defense, because that's going to free up a shard slot for you where you can double stack destruction. The big meta is use towers and buff them. That's the big meta. Add in crowd control. Petrify is still king. So Poison Dart Towers, Earth Shadows, or Beast. Beast. That's going to be in a video. It doesn't require any hero unlocks. It doesn't require any perfect setups. All it requires is shards. If you have the right shards, you win the game, period. How many times you heard me say that, Dizzy? About 6 million over the last 7 years. We got free power, y'all. Like I said, it's the power, it's the Unleash the Power update. I mean, just those empowerment stats alone on pets are so huge. So huge. I mean, it's enough where in some cases it's gonna like add 30-40% to your damage output. I'm using the squirties because for destructive, just because there is going to be situations where I'm going to want to throw them out front to get the oil going on them. But yeah, use whatever you want. I mean, proton beams, like most people had proton beams set up with destructive pylon before, and that's certainly quite viable. I've been doing PDT Earth Shatters when I go AFK with C8 gear. And C8 gear is basically free now. But yeah, with Chaos 8 gear, not Chaos 9 gear, but with Chaos 8 gear with the proper stuff, like the go-to map for me last night, AFK, was Chaos 8 Magus. Or what the hell is it called? Molten Citadel. Chaos 8 Molten Citadel. 1 Earth Shatter and 2 PDTs on each lane. 2 PDTs for each flyer lane. And hit G and go make a sandwich. The only thing that can hurt you is a siege roller. So you want to look over periodically and see if there's a siege roller. But that's literally the only thing that can hurt you at all. You just annihilate the entire thing. I haven't done all the maps yet. I mean, I'm going to do a lot of map videos. I'm not going to do that many hero setup videos now because it's just not required anymore. You don't need to have perfect setups anymore. Throw your stuff on there, what you got. Do what makes sense. If it's a projectile tower, add Piercer. You know? Stuff like that. And it's just a win. I like it. I'm happy with the changes, to be honest. I mean, the big benefit here, too, remember, is IHDC is a player. He's from the community. He was a Dungeon Defenders player of DD1 for thousands of hours before he ever joined the community development team and started getting into the engineering. And then he found that he really loved that side of the game and he wanted to develop it. So he started doing all the stuff for DD1. He did so much for it that he ended up getting hired. So, I mean, you got to remember that although the company, of course, it's a free-to-play game, they want creative ideas that are going to increase monetization, just like any company would. I mean, it's basic common sense. IHDC is a player. He should be in charge of every goddamn Dungeon Defenders game. Let's just say it. He should be the creative director for every Dungeon Defenders game. No offense to Lalta, I love Lalta, and Lalta does lots of cool new things, but IHDC knows what the player base wants in general. And the fucking guy, pardon my language, sorry YouTube, don't demonetize me. The fucking guy doesn't sleep, man. He's a workhorse. I mean, that's not a good thing. Obviously, you got to have balance in your life, right? But the dude is a machine. It's the smartest thing Trendy or Chromatic has done in at least 5 or 6 years, is hiring him. I mean, yeah, I'm putting dude up on a pedestal, that's for sure. But he's a badass, no doubt about it. Nah, Lalta's a great guy. I got no problems with Lalta. If Lalta was here right now, I'd insist that he buy me a beer. And then I would go enjoy one with him. Now, would I trust him alone in the house with the kids? Nope. But, you know... Thank God I don't have any kids anymore. My son is old and grown up. Think I should be the creative director? I've got no will whatsoever to work for Chromatic. I mean, not that they would want me anyway. I've caused them just as many headaches as I have helped them over the years. But I would... The only position I would ever consider for Chromatic is if they had a full-time content creator position and they wanted somebody to stream full-time. Yeah, he's in the Navy. But I don't think Chromatic is into that type of marketing. We got a bunch of stuff. I don't see no pet eggs though. Here's an egg, but it's not a fancy egg. There's an egg, but it's not fancy. Yeah, he's in the Navy. He's actually in school now. He's he graduated from the Naval Academy, but now he's getting his master's, or he's about to. He starts back up in the fall here. Oh, CA gear is free now, Sacred Cow. God dang it. Am I going to crash again, man? What is up with this jank? I don't miss this crap, because the games I've been playing don't have this issue. You get 5 C8 amps every expedition, every Chaos 8 expedition, Marcus. It's guaranteed. As long as you beat it and get through it, you're going to get 5 amps. It's every damn time, huh? I'm getting booted. I mean, what the hell? So much for a win streak bonus, right? Lalta's Revenge. Oh, I've got huge interest in Dungeon Defenders Awakened. It's the future of the franchise. Anyone who is a fan of Dungeon Defenders as a franchise needs to support Dungeon Defenders Awakened. That is the future. If Dungeon Defenders Awakened ends up being successful, then there will be a Dungeon Defenders 3. Nope. Teaser pet. Teaser pet. What the hell, man? Nothing good, huh? Well, I mean, that was just a mistake on their part with the art style. I mean, people were very vocal about it extremely early. What the hell, man? Why does it keep doing this? There you go. Instant DC. Join now. The thing everybody's got to realize, and I know this is hard, and I know people will rage and be pissed off, but you got to remember DD2 is not their game. It's not a game that they were passionate about that they created. It was a game that they were told what to do. It's the game of, you're an artist, and there's somebody standing over your shoulder telling you what color paint to use. That's DD2. So Chromatic is never going to have the passion for DD2 that they do for DDA. That's their own product that they are in charge of, that they're creating. DD2 was created by a bank called Insight Venture Capital, and they were in charge of everything in DD2. Now, the benefit of that is they spent a shitload of money on making the game really pretty. So we got a really pretty game, you know? And certainly nothing wrong with that. The downside is we got a game that wasn't successful and was going to be dumped, and Chromatic kept it alive. But their passion for it is just not going to be there, you know? But it's beautiful. I don't think anyone out there would disagree with saying Dungeon Defenders 2 is a beautiful game. I mean, there was just a lot spent. It's a lot prettier than it is good as far as design goes. The art style was the best thing about DD2. The game design was suspect, and, you know, obviously the game runs like ass. Let's see, what else did we have here? We got, we need a lava man. A boosty boy. Let's grab our app again. Get it all CC'd up. Because they just haven't gotten it done yet. It's a... You know, it's a process. What do we got going here? Oh, somebody built. Oh, we already got archers over there. Aramir must be here. Yeah, there he is. Sorry, Aramir. I double dipped on your archers. I didn't see you building down there. So we don't actually need any of this. Let me throw the CC over here since this is the weak side. There we go. What's going on there, Eljan? I mean, they're saying by the end of the year, Rhea. So hopefully they're able to hit that and get it out by the end of the year. Play Orcs Must Die 3 until then would be my suggestion, because that's a badass game done right. Well, I mean, just look at the player numbers right now. Take every Dungeon Defenders game combined and compare that to the player base in Orcs Must Die. It's like maybe 10% of it. Or nah, it's more than that, probably. 20% of it, if you took all 3 games combined. Orcs Must Die 3 is a different grind. It's an optional grind end game. Do you want to push the limits in endless mode? Do you want to compete on the high scores? Take the 32 free ones there, buddy, and call it good, man. Would be my suggestion. Or is that what you mean? You've got 27 more of the 32 freebies? Yeah, OMD3 launched on all platforms last week. I think it was last week. Or the week before? The week before. Or was it last week? I don't remember. But yeah, it just launched. It launched on all platforms on the same day. It didn't go to Switch, and they didn't try to pretend. They said, nope, Switch has requirements that we don't want to shoot for, so we're not going to the Switch. Nah, the gating is still there by your champion score, Partek. I can tell you that most of it is completely irrelevant, buddy. I would look at your time and see what you really want to dedicate to it. It's not worth doing by any means. If you're having fun and you want it, that's its worth. But that's literally its only worth. The value you get out of it is so small. Well, C8's not the new end game. C8's the end game today, but I mean, hopefully they continue development on it and we get more. Originally, back in the day, we were promised it would go up to Chaos 10. That was like when I Am Isom was still the community manager. He said the goal was to go up to Chaos 10. And, you know, he said that there were structures in place already to make that happen. Well, no, they didn't. Instead of changing it to make it more rewarding, they changed it to make it very, very easy and almost free to do. So, I mean, I'm happy with the change they made to Age of Power, because it's kind of a janky system to begin with. So, I mean, I personally am pretty pleased with what they've done. I mean, get 32 resets, call it good. You know? I mean, let's be honest. When you're doing AP resets, you're not really doing anything. You're watching Netflix, right? So, I mean, how rewarding should it really be to watch Netflix? I guess it depends. How in order is your Netflix game? That's what you really need to focus on. If your Netflix game is seriously in order and you've got your shit prioritized on what you want to see and what you want to watch next, then damn straight. But that's a challenge in itself. I could stare at Netflix for hours and not know can't find anything to watch. That would be great, Rio. A new defense grid. The problem is the tower defense genre is just so small, and companies are having more financial success with other games, you know? It's the same thing with Sanctum. Defense grids is no different. You know, Defense Grid 2 wouldn't have even happened, but it was financed by a single... Well, I mean, there was other sources, obviously, but a large portion of the financial to make Defense Grid 2 happen was provided by one person. One person stepped in and said, hey, I really want this game, and I've got lots of money. Here's the money. It's a Drakenfrost Keep mod, King Jason. It's on a rotation. A different mod is a guaranteed drop there every week. It's not something you want unless you're playing on a barbarian. It's called Drakenlord's Soul is the mod. You don't want it on any other hero. I mean, any melee hero, I guess. But you don't want it on a non-melee hero. No, it's a mod. It drops. It's free. You just do Drakenfrost Keep on the correct week. SC Mini Plus, 12 minutes ago. Looks like I missed you. Thank you so much for subscribing. It doesn't matter, though. The nerf to Drakenlord's Soul doesn't matter. What matters is the nerf to controller servos or controller mods, because that's why you use it. You don't use it because it's providing anything good. It helps melee characters deal with flyers, and it provides that crowd control debuff on everything around you so that controller procs. So having it do less doesn't matter. It's still going to freeze the flyers, so you're still going to get that benefit. And it's still going to proc controller, if you're going to still use controller. I've been telling everybody, quit throwing controller on everything, and everybody told me how wrong I was. Now you get to swap your mods out. I mean, controller's still good, don't get me wrong, but it did take the Nerf bat to the face. Nerf bat to the face. Poplap. Any crowd control effect, yeah. Knock up, slow, stun. Anything that's crowd control. So like Drench is a crowd control because it slows. Earth Shatters are crowd control because they knock up. Anything that impairs the movement of the enemy. And that's what Drakenlord's Soul does, is impairs the movement of the enemy. Yeah, I wouldn't bother. Well, if you're talking straight tower defense, I would say defense grid, balloons. I don't even know what the third would be. If you're talking about action defense, then it's Orcs Must Die, Sanctum, and Dungeon Defenders. You can't not have Orcs Must Die in the conversation. It's one of the best action defense games ever made. But straight up tower defense, defense grid is a model. Balloons just provide so incredible amounts of replay value. It's ridiculous. And Plants vs. Zombies. Yeah, you can't leave Plants vs. Zombies out either, DD. Good call there. So as far as just raw tower defense, I would say Defense Grid, Balloons, and Plants vs. Zombies. Balloons is an incredible game with a ton of depth to it. You just got to get over the fact that it's a mobile game. It's cheesy looking to you? You don't call this cheesy looking? Look at me. I mean, come on. But yeah, I hear you. It's a mobile game, you know? That's where it's had its most success. Well, Plants vs. Zombies, nothing compares to the OG, you know? The original Plants vs. Zombies is... I mean, as far as lane-based tower defense, like, it's... Yeah, there's another pet. Please be evil. Oh, it's not evil. Boo. Alright, let's see if I can actually do a map. Nope, now spam towers instead. Comet Crash. I've never played that one. Maybe that's one I need to look at. I basically went straight from Warcraft 3 to... Well, I mean, I did Balloons and Kingdom Rush because I was playing on tablets at work. This is another kick. I don't understand what the problem is. The Wrath of Chromatic. That Juice Bags guy keeps talking shit. Let's force him out to the title screen after every map. We refuse to allow him to play with his viewers. It appears that's the case today, y'all. No. I got excited for a minute. I thought we were going to make it. I've had more either crashes and kicks to desktop in the last 24 hours than I've had in the last 5 years in Dungeon Defenders 2. Now, I personally haven't had a whole lot of crashing issues, so that's always been great, you know? Still no more C9 amps. Can't get any love here. I mean, we'll hatch this jackalope. See if it comes out at a higher quality, maybe. Jackalopes. I need the evil jackalope. I need what? Apprentice, Huntress, Monk. So I still need the Squire Voodoo Pet. I need the evil jackalope, and I need the one from Bling King to complete the collection. First of the Rattlesnake. Let's save that. Just so we can look at the mods later. Warcraft 3 just had a lot. You know, I played multiplayer last night after stream for a long time. I was in a 3-player group, and we just chained maps for like 4 or 5 hours. So I'm not sure what's going on with it today. Maybe it's because we're not actually grouped. I don't know. There's something janky with it, though. Janky. We do want to do Wildest West again. Yeah, let's do Wildest West again, because that's where the chest mod drops. Ooh, that's private. Let's go public. I think the pet changes are awesome. I mean, at least it's a stat stick now. Pets in DD2 have always been quite disappointing. So at least now we get the stat stick value out of it, and then the ability as well. Comet Crash 1 and 2. How old are they, Rio? Are they on Steam? I'll have to check those out. I've never played those. Oh, anyway, Warcraft 3. What I went right... I mean, I did play Bloons and Kingdom Rush on mobile when I worked at the casino because I got so many breaks. But I basically went right from Defense Grid Warframe... Or pardon me, Warcraft 3 games right to Defense Grid. After I played the grinder mode in the original Defense Grid, I got so hooked on, man. It was so much fun. It definitely hit the buttons. Hit all the right buttons for me. What do we got? Aramir's over here. His skellies are built, so we good there. I mean, do we need anything else? I guess we could go with some crowd control, maybe. Oh, we need to buff those archers too, huh? Do I have my lava boy? Lava man. He ain't no lava boy. He's a lava man. Alright, I'm pretty content. I mean, we could throw in some Frosties, but feels like they're just completely overkill. See, that's the thing, is it's not a buff to towers that were bad. The towers weren't bad. The counter was. Kobolds is what killed tower usage. When your towers were getting blown up constantly, you know? That's what started the whole Aura meta, is towers being blown up. Defense Grid is free on Epic right now? That's pretty awesome. Anyone who hasn't played it that has a PC needs to snag that. That's huge value. Huge, huge, huge value. Get pewed, birdies? I put that bot on the Discord server, so anytime there's a free game out there through any of the people, whether it be Epic or whoever, it should pop up in that channel. More poons. There is without question a poon video in my future, no Mike. My immediate future. In fact, I need to put a set of armor on my Squire. That way I can get the pet empowerment without moving stuff around. I'm not going to upgrade the stuff. I'm not going to go back to setting up every hero again. That was just way too much grind. So I'm just going to create like one good setup of stuff as far as building goes and then move it around to different things. Like you want one setup with Piercer and one setup without Piercer. And then you want your buff beams and boost stars set up. Everything else can go with almost no setup at all as long as you have like the shard basics down. What's going on there, Lord Dragon? Switch to towers, man. Switch to towers, watch them melt. C8, I can't rave enough about how happy I am that they took this route. I mean, do I plan on grinding 1,000 hours in it? No, I don't. But I do think it gives a higher quality game. Let the progression be in expeditions. Onslaught progression was bad. So this is very, very good for the future of the game, in my opinion. Kudos to IHDC for making that shit happen. Well, that's the thing, is if they add spiders to Onslaught, then are those lanes going to have... Well, I mean, if they add spiders to Onslaught, it's going to be the same thing. That lane that the spiders are on is going to be a lane where you're going to want projectiles with Piercer. That way, if there's cyborgs there, it's covered. If there's vanguards there, it's covered. If there's lady orcs there, it's covered. The only thing it wouldn't be covered against is kobolds, the EMP zappers. So you would want to make sure that the lane has some protection for zappers. A spider lane with Kursakazi would be redundant because they would both do the same thing. So, once again, the counter would be just use towers, and that would be a free lane. Because if you've got spiders, you're already building for Kursakazi. So it would basically be free. Yeah, bait. You could throw down bait for zappers. Absolutely. I'll probably end up doing 2 of each type. I'll do 2 projectiles. Because, you know, I think like a super solid meta would be 1 PDT, 1 Earth Shatter, and then Archer spam on every lane. I think that would be stupid broken. Like, full-on AFK, literally everything but rollers. Well, I mean, it depends on what level you're on. You know, what floor you're on. If you're on a floor where Skyguards are still viable, then you can just throw Skyguards in to deal with the EMPs. Yeah, I mean, Volcanoes. Plus, Volcanoes is another one that could benefit from Piercer. Volcanoes plus Archers. Beast. So I actually think I have another Piercer relic already upgraded, but it doesn't have ideal mods on it. I would much rather have defense rate, I think, than... Like, I think I've got one with anti-melee and anti-orc, or maybe anti-orc and anti-chaos. Which, I mean, that's not a terrible combo, but, like... Well, I guess that would smelt spiders. Spiders are a chaos enemy, right? Spiders are the enemy of Chaos 8. So maybe that's not a terrible idea, just to leave anti-chaos on there. Oh, it's not you, Jesper. It is everybody. Everybody's shard luck sucks. It's a bad system that's all about monetization. Because, you know, like if something... This is a common misunderstanding in gaming. If something has a 5% chance to drop, people think that if they run 20 maps, they're guaranteed to get it. And that's not how it works. Probability is not additive. So a 5% chance to drop means it's a 5% chance to drop each run. Which doesn't mean in 20 chances if you get it. Probability would tell you it's probably more like, for that 5% example, it's probably more like 38 chances or 45 chances just to get to a 99% chance. but there's never a 100% chance, ever. It's always, the maximum is always 99%. So you get people like me, and I am in that 1%. My luck is so awful with drops in games, I literally have to do things a bazillion times. It's the most mind-numbing thing ever. Because, I mean, it's already a grind game, right? You're already grinded. And then you add that awful 1% chance thing in there, and it's brutality. Pure brutality. But yeah, I mean, the introduction, shards are the most required thing in the game. And like the slang term for the shard update amongst players is, it was the monetization update. So don't think for a second that shard design was anything other than adding another layer of monetization in a free-to-play game. Yeah, I mean, you get lucky, you know, you get lucky. I've had shard packs have 3 destructions in them, is the best I've ever done. One of the 5 rando shard packs. Gotta let it wear off, y'all. Let it wear off. He's bugged. Once it wears off... Oh, shit. Now it's me. I ignited it and it hadn't worn off yet. Okay, now it's off. There we go. The ignite bugs out. Dungeon Defenders 2's got a bug? What? That's crazy talk. But yeah, the ignite bugs out on them, and then you can't you can't fix it. You got to let the ignite wear off and then reignite them. Is the answer. It's, here, let me, I'm sure I've got it sitting somewhere. Do. Here you go, y'all. You math folks. That is how you calculate probability right there. X is the drop chance, Y is the number of attempts. And that is the calculation for probability. All right, maybe if I don't look, it'll be there, right? So we'll go no peeky. No peeky, no peeky. All right, come on. You can do it, game. You can do it. Are you ready? Here we go. I'm going to hit the button. Oh my God, I think it works. Is it going to work? No. No, the each tier is different. It depends on how many shards are in that tier. You can go through and count them up. It's probably listed on the wiki. But each tier has got a different number of shard possibilities, so the drop chance is different. You've never seen that equation? That's the one. Sadly, I learned that from, that was the equation I used in the craps handbook when I was teaching craps classes and roulette classes in the casino. Boo. Yeah, the chances for shards in the same tier are the same. It feels like it's weighted, and it's not the same just because you get the same crappy shit you don't need all the time. But they're actually the same. It's just RNG, and the RNG god is sitting next to Loki laughing his ass off. Up in Lokiville. Is the thing. No C9 amps. Did I get a fancy egg? No fancy egg. No 10 out of 10s. Well, I mean, I got another half hour that I'm willing to dedicate to this, because I wanted to play with viewers today. Let's see. Maybe it's the name, right? Maybe we're naming it the wrong thing. Let's call it... We'll call it that. And that way, CG will know that I appreciate all they do. And me love them long time. Pierre, thank you so much for subscribing, man. I do appreciate it a ton. Been playing for a bit now. I found what you think is a replicatable bug for EV. Yeah, you can send it to me and I can get it directly to the source. Easiest way to send it to me is probably on Discord. I mean, you can send me a YouTube direct message, but YouTube direct messaging is very wonky. Or YouTube messaging in general is quite wonked. Wonkalicious. What else we got? We got this guy. There's not actually direct messaging, but there's a private messaging system. It's not like Whispers in Twitch. I just don't understand that. It's one area where YouTube has just ignored their competition completely, and they're far, far superior in that regard. I mean, YouTube does the video processing and everything really, really well, and the quality is way higher than Twitch with a lower latency. But boy, Twitch owns the chat. And YouTube, I mean, if Pepsi made a product that kicked Coca-Cola's ass, Coca-Cola would steal that shit and reverse engineer it. That's what you do. You know what I'm saying? But for some reason, they don't want to. You sent it in Discord? Awesome. Yeah, I'll try to get it reproduced myself and then get it submitted to the correct person. Oh, we got no buff beam down here, huh? I got a buff beam right here. I got one. Oh, ran out of mana. Fair enough. We'll get it all juicy here. Buff beams are a sad disappointment compared to buff beams in DD1 or DDE or DDA. I mean, they're still powerful. Especially now that towers are meta again, where you're going to have a bunch of stuff stacked in one spot. They're still quite powerful. But so disappointing. All at the same time. You got a point there. You're very true on that one. But what they did is they tried to turn that around in the wrong way. Uh-oh. What do we got going on here? We better bust out the face roll over here for a minute until we get that build. Sorry there, Cacti Knight. I didn't see, I was derping. I didn't see, what was happening over there. Mellow Yellow is better? I would have to agree. Mountain Dew, and I mean, you know, to each their own, but I think Mountain Dew is way better. I mean, don't get me wrong. If you gave me a Mellow Yellow right now, I would drink it, because right now I got a cup of water. So I'll take me a Mellow Yellow. Mountain Dew is battery acid. That's what makes it good, Jesper. That's what makes it good. It's that acid content that's just wonderful. And having a shitload of sugar and caffeine in it never hurts either. I'm a big fan of caffeine. I use the Sundering Blue shirt, Christian. It's really good. I'm actually having really hard decisions not to you got your yeah, he's got his summoner there. The flavored Mountain Dews. See, I don't know, man. I think the flavored Mountain Dews were a bad call. They don't seem as good as the OG. Like, they don't seem... Do they have as much caffeine, or are they just a bunch of sugar dumped in a thing with a Mountain Dew logo on it? With 2% artificial flavor. Real artificial juice flavor included. Python 61 with the sub. Thank you so much. We still got enough. Let me grab snag some mana here. I'll throw another proton over here. Oh. The range is actually not incredible, no, Mike, but it's good enough. The old archers had crazy good range. These archers are not, their range is just not as good, but it is good enough. Got enough for a beam. Got a little... No. There we go. My EV is in not proper gear. Can't DPS adequately on homie. No, archers are actually extremely good on every single map that I've played so far. I think a lot of projectile towers are going to be very viable in places where they wouldn't previously. They're quite versatile with their... The thing is that targeting range change, where it's only 5% on each side, it gives the archers so close to 360-degree coverage when you include both of them in there, you know? So, I mean, the sky's the limit. It's more about placement than the map. But, I mean, you can spam these guys right up front on Unholy Catacombs, which previously, of course, everything would have been destroyed by kobolds. It depends on your setup and how many defenses you're using, no, Mike. Anti-mods are still really, really good. And like in a situation like here, where I've got what? 1, 2, 3, 4 different defenses, it doesn't make diverse as valuable with only 4. So anti-mods are still going to do better there. But if you're doing a setup where you're going to throw down a bunch of stuff, yeah, tenacity does not affect the spider debuff. It's like the frosty. It's like frost orcs plus. Tenacity has no effect. But yeah, it's basically frost orcs plus. Frost orcs plus range and rate, or range and power. So spiders are frost orcs that have been hitting the pipe. No, Grave Infection is a complete piece of shit. Throw it in the trash. It's a huge disappointment. They took trash mode tickle damage and turned it into more forceful trash mode tickle damage. Just not worth. I mean, it's worth for the memes, but that's about it. What is that that's burning? I feel like it should be that. Oh, it's that guy. We got one Cacti Knight, or one Skeletal Archer, one Cacti Knight. You see that? Cacti Knight? They are now called Cacti Knights. We've got one Cacti Knight that had a little bruise. He needed a little loving. You're bad at using the minimap? Well, Grave Infection hasn't been good ever since the last update, Operator. It's been trash mode, throw it away, ever since the last update. The thing that made Grave Infection really good was actually a bug. You know, so I mean, I will admit that full force. What made Grave Infection good is that the full damage was proccing every tick, and the number of skulls you could have down was unlimited. So, like, if you had a super heavy lane in Onslaught, you could have 25 or 30 of those skulls sitting there, each ticking for 3 milliseconds. I mean, it's a ridiculous amount of AoE damage, plus the free poison. So, I mean, what made it so good was just a bug. Am I going to do a tier list for shards? Nah. It would be 75% of the shards are complete junk, used situationally or for nothing but lulls. Defense rate, defense range, destruction are the shards. And then the tower-specific shards are good. So boosted power on, you know, a boost aura or a buff beam. You know, the defense-specific stuff can be quite good. I don't know if I'd call her quite OP. I'd say she is normal now. There, Jesper, with the other defenses. I got the goat explosion. I haven't used it yet, though. I want to see if the goat in the minecart will stack. If so, that's going to become crazy good. Chrissy, welcome to the Juicy Nation. Thank you so much. Most of the specific shards for each hero are trash. Some of them are good. Look at my hero spotlights. The good ones I'm using. The not good ones I'm not. Yep, the hero spotlights from 2 or 3 years ago. Nothing has changed with those shards. If they were good before, they're still good. Oh no! One of my Skeletal boys got hurt. Cacti Knight, you gotta... I guess I can just not be lazy as hell, huh? One of my Skeletal boys down. For heroes, it's pretty easy, though. Use whoever you want. You know, it's a tower defense game again. So what hero you use doesn't matter. What does matter is that you put some effort into it. But yeah, use who you want to use, you know? If you like the Abyss Lord, use the Abyss Lord. If you like the Monk, use the Monk. If you like the Barbarian, use the Barbarian. Nah, Torpedo Striker and Deadly Strikes are the same thing, yeah. They're both crap compared to Vicious, but it's not what you... No Traps, R's, and Odes in C8, y'all. Put them away. Get out your towers. Play the tower defense game with some towers. You don't want Traps, R's, or Nodes in Chaos 8. Well, this one is the result of being in a group of other people with ancient power resets. But once you get your Ascension caps up to 999, you throw 999 points into hero health. The Gun Witch is the hero to leave in the deck as a crutch. Well, thank you so much, Chrissy. I do appreciate it. Oh, I never knew that was you, Holy Sheep Man. I never knew that Phil P was Holy Sheep Man. Holy Sheep Man. I never knew that. Now I know, though. That's the best name ever. Holy Sheep Man, you could say it and you're not really cussing. You're talking about math. That's the beautiful part. Some of your contacts is like, who is Holy Sheep Man? I don't know. I would save it. I would keep going with it personally. Exclamation nuke in chat. I haven't changed anything in that last Nuke Monk video from way back in the day. The only thing I've changed is I got rid of Grave Infection when it got nerfed. Everything else is 100% exactly the same. There's never been a call to replace all of your shards and mods. People felt the need to do it, but there was never a reason to. All right. Let's check it out. See it on the ground. It's not there. Oh, sweet. You decide. Got 2 of each? Oh, well, I mean, we'll go with that one. Awesome. The wife came through, y'all. The wife came through. She heard me saying, if one of y'all handed me a mellow yellow right now, I would drink it. And she went and got me a energy drink. Very kind of her. Yeah, Grave Infection still procs. It's just the damage amount got nerfed into the ground where it's just not worth using. Yeah, Boom mods got gutted, but I replaced all those spotlights already. It's just this map? Alright, well, we'll do the other map for the last one. I got time for one more. So we'll do the carnival map. Oh yeah, she hooking it up. It's good timing too, because I would love to get like 10 videos recorded today. And then I could get them edited over the course of the next few days, and I'd have some videos to do. Well, I mean, clearly, it's from Chromatic, their Sacred Cow, so nobody came through on that one. Yeah, I've played everything now. I've got 2 pets left to grind. Or, pardon me, 3 pets. I got 3 pets left to get, and then I'll be all done with this update. Straight critical builds are not good for any defense, really. I came from PS4. What am I missing? I gotta look and see. Where's my minecart? Oh, it's a bug on the carnival map too? Oh, well, that's shit. Both of the new maps? I mean, I had that I didn't have that problem yesterday. Or you know what? The group I was playing with yesterday, we weren't doing those maps. Anyway, I've got I've got to get the evil jackalope still. I'm still missing the squire voodoo pet. And then the kobold blinking pet. I'm missing that one too. So as soon as I get those 3 pets done, I'll be all done with this this update. I'm not going to grind through and grind everything to Chaos 9. There's just no point in it. We've gotten so much power gains that I'm going to do a video on empowerment stats too. It's based off of your hero score for those that don't know. So like my monk is full Chaos 8. So he's got 11,200 hero score. So you're getting 22,000 free stats out of it. You know, say you look at my Abyss Lord, who's got a hero score of 8,000. We're getting 15,800 free stats out of it. Now, it's still, you still have to upgrade the pet, too. And then look at, say, my Boost Aura Monk, which is only 6,000. Boost Aura Monk's only getting 12,200. So, like, the difference between 8,000 and 6,000 hero score is, like, what? 3,600, 3,600 in stats. So, it's all about upgrading your stuff. Luckily, it's damn near free to upgrade to full Chaos 8 now compared to before. No, a slow-firing pet should be doing that kind of damage. Like, my little kitty here is doing 5,500 per shot. Crap, come on. Hit something else. Or 3,200 on that one, 5,100 on the crits. So if it's a super slow-firing pet, it should be hitting really, really hard. Oh, was it a Blinky? Blinky was actually hitting harder than intended. Yeah, it creates a hybrid. I mean, like, my monk is a hybrid. Not that I ever plan on using a flame aura again. But if I want to... I mean, I even took the shards off of it. I just don't intend to use it. But, of course, my monk was my flame aura builder. Oops. So, I went hero damage for the nuke monk, and then defense power for the flame aura. It was a Blinky? Yeah, that's why. Blinky was hitting harder than intended, so it was nerfed. It was in the patch notes. Anyway, let's do one more, but let's do the other one. We'll do the Wild Westival. We'll make it public. Blinky. Or we'll go for Blinky. In honor and in memory of your Blinky, Jesper. In Chaos 8, you don't want to use Flame Auras, Yannick. Chaos 8 is all about towers. Throw your Flame Auras in the trash. Never use another one. Well, 4 mil is a far cry from 15 mil, though. Cat is the thing, right? God, I wish that it was like... I hate that the targeting is auto-selected for you. It's like toxin when you're building with towers. A tower that shoots damn near 360 degrees. I wish it was a shift key, which before, I've never had a problem with it before. But the change to archers makes it just bleed your eyeballs out. Poor eyeballs. You should have put him on the buff beam, man. You don't have to completely enclose it. These archers just pew all the things. I do like to throw well, I mean, I can extend my buff beam, too, if you want to do that. I normally throw in crowd control, but we can stretch this bad boy around. But, of course, now I can't get it placed. Damn it. That's way off. Ramsters are definitely any tower. It's tower meta. Doesn't matter what the tower is. So you pick your favorite. Thanks so much for subscribing there, Barista. You know, I got a spot to put it. You built over my buff beam hole. Oop, there's one. It went green for a sec. Oh. There we go. Perfect. Archers are so damn versatile, it's ridiculous. Shatter PDT is crazy good, Jesper. That's what I was AFK farming with last night. That's what I mentioned earlier on the stream. Like after the people I was playing with went to bed, I loaded up some AFK maps and was completely watching a really terrible show that for some ungodly reason I can't stop watching. You guys ever watch that? How's it called? Motherland Fort Salem. For some ungodly reason, I've been watching the shit out of that, and I can't get enough of it. It's like the worst acting ever, with like a few interns for writers. But I just can't get enough of it. I just started season 2 now, so I'm actually almost all caught up. Yeah, exactly. It's one of those things. It's about, it's like saying that, like, the Salem witch burning stuff from back in the day, that the witches negotiated and said, okay, I tell you what, you quit persecuting us and we will be your military and we will wreck all the faces of all the other countries. So the country's national army is a group of witches blasting shit, you know, tornadoes and crazy stuff. It's absolutely terrible, and I can't get enough of it. What's going on there, Mr. Lalazu? You can AFK pretty much every map besides, in expeditions. You can AFK every map except for rollers. So, I mean, you could set up for rollers, but I wasn't set up for rollers. I just kind of kept an eye on my other monitor as it was running, as I was watching that show, and watching out for rollers, and then running over and killing them. You get a lot of time. If you throw CC in the mix, like I was using Earth-Shattered PDT, so the rollers took like a year to make it down the lane, so there was plenty of time to go back and look. Yep. Well, they're not useless for what they used to be for, but remember, new content, new meta. Shadow Shot! What's going on, man? Well, Drake and Lords are easy. You just use the Petrify combo. The rollers can be trickier, depending on what else is in the lane. What was I using? I was using Destruction. I think I was using Destruction, Rate, and Deadly Strikes. Imagine that. And I had just a Trash Relic on it. It was a Chaos 8 Trash Relic, but it was a Trash Relic. No good mods. But it's a game. Some of the people will be like, it's too easy. We can AFK Chaos 8. But you got to do it a million times if you want to get all your stuff upgraded. You literally have to do it a million times. So why on earth would you want something all sweaty that you have to do a million times? Make it chill. I'm good with it being chill. I got no problem with it. It's a strategy game at heart, it's a tower defense strategy game. So if you can earn the point where you can AFK, and trust me, I earned it. I got perfect shards for every situation. Defense rate plus anything else. I came for PS4. If you had defense rate as a mod, then it allows you to stack destruction and mass destruction. So defense rate plus whatever else you want to use. You want to use Shatterquake, use Shatterquake. You want to use anti-mods, use anti-mods. You want to use... the only thing I would say is don't bother investing into range. Because the Earth Shatter just has such ridiculous range to begin with. What's going on there, hee? How you doing? But yeah, literally anything else. We got extra free power now. So the meta is use towers. Mix it up with whatever shards you want. I should be a shard vendor? I mean, truth is the truth, right? It was the first of this system. Mods were a response. Shards were the design choice. Mods were the response to people hating the new Chaos Trials. No, it's a super, super small chance to drop from bosses. Amadou. 100% will never be in the victory chest. It drops from Chaos 8 mini-bosses. So every ogre you see in Chaos 8 has a chance to drop it. Every mini-boss. I think then it wouldn't be a tower defense game. I mean, I don't care, but I know that that's not realistic. It's a one-man development team. You can't ask them to reinvent the wheel. Take the game we have and make it better. That's really all you can ask of them. DD2 will never be more than that. It's past that point. OMD3 is the best action defense game to release in a long time, Divine User. Play OMD3. It's absolutely incredible. I'm not going to put it on a tier list with DD2. You guys will all be mad at me if I do. So I'm not going to do it. I could sum it up real easy as a general overview of all Orcs Must Die games versus all Dungeon Defenders games. And I'm comfortable doing this, and I've been doing it for several days. Orcs Must Die games are way better games than Dungeon Defenders games. They're better designed, they run better, and they look fantastic. Dungeon Defenders games have loot, which gives it way more replay time. So you're going to play Dungeon Defenders games for way longer than you'll play Orcs Must Die games just because there's no loot. I mean, if you put 1,000 hours in Orcs Must Die game, you have grinded the shit out of the game. If you put 1,000 hours in a Dungeon Defenders game, you don't even have all your shards yet. You know? What's going on there, girl? How you doing? I think 10 times will be more realistic for me. If you have 100 times, then you didn't experience OMD2 the way I did. I've got 1,200 hours in OMD2, and I probably got 12,000 hours in DD2. So I think 10 times. But remember, too, my DD2 time is... A lot of it was, like, overnight onslaughts, AFK... I don't know. We'll take a look here, TGH. I haven't really paid attention to it, to be honest with you. I'm doing good, girl. Just kind of grinding out the last few pets, trying to get the last little bits of shininess. Needs them shadows. Yeah, multiple accounts. This account, my main Dungeon Defenders account, I think. Well, I can look. It's got, what? Almost 9,000 hours on this account. But, I mean, I've got an alt with 1,400 Ascension. I got another alt with, like, 900 Ascension. It should be more. There's a loot multiplier. Onslaught is AFKable up to a point, but you have to get to that point. Shoot, man, was that another pet? That one's junk. That one's a teaser pet. No, I'm not seeing another egg. Boo. We'll take a look through the shinies here. I mean, if you've got proper shard setups and some decent mod setups, Petrify is way stronger than Weapon Man, though, Yannick. You gotta realize, Petrify combo is beast, beast, beast. And before the nerf, it combined the power, too. Way more power than you had before. Yeah, I haven't gotten any... I mean, there's no reason to change your pets, really. Once you get a pet, you got it for life, right? For its life, anyway. Here's a 10. What did we get? 10 out of 10 tenacity. What a bummer. What a bummer. I get a 10 out of 10 tenacity when that meta is gone. Boo. That's the story of my RNG career right there, y'all. Something really good, as soon as it's no longer needed, that's when it drops. That would be RNG for me in a nutshell. I mean, I never used tenacity builds before, but I was never a barbarian player either. Not worth using on anybody else. Anyway, y'all, that is going to get it for me for today. I got a whole lot of recording today. Yeah, it was a lot of people were using it to deal with assassins and high onslaught on their barbarians. But you had to have it on every piece. So, I mean, it had a use. I just never personally had a need for it. But anyway, thanks a ton, everybody. Going to be lots of stuff coming. I'm going to finish up those Orcs Must Die 3 Rift Lord 5 Skull guides today. And then get some more DD2 recorded. August 4th, we still got... DDA is not gone, y'all. And it's a great game. So I'm going to be playing DDA. I never used it on my Mystic. I never used it on any hero because I just didn't feel the need for it. But I'm going to be playing a lot of DDA as soon as that update hits. Stream your recording without chat. I can't do that. I like live streaming. I like live streaming a lot, but YouTube is a platform all about edited content, you know? I love the interaction with chat. It makes your gaming experience better as a player, you know? But yeah, anyway, that is going to get it from me for right now, though. So thank you all so much. Have a wonderful rest of your day, and I will be back. Tomorrow is my farm day. A lot of you all haven't been by the streams in a while, but now that I'm back to DD2. What's up, Jello? On Thursday, we moved. We're on a big 5-acre property now, and on Thursdays I gotta work all day out in the farm. So there won't be a stream tomorrow, but I'll be back on pace on Friday. But thanks a ton, y'all. Have a wonderful rest of your day, and I will see you soon.